Okay, so at this point, you should have a piece of paper that has 5 or more shapes on it, and now you're ready for the next step. Super simple. You're going to find some sort of tracer. I find it easiest. I think these are pretty good sizes. I just have a penny and a dime. They work really well. You can also use, depending on the size of your shapes, you can use a nickel or a quarter, or any other sort of circle tracer that you have. I would suggest doing approximately 2 holes on each of your shapes, or each side of your shape. Could you do more? Yep. Once you have them there, you don't actually have to use them to weave your object through it. If the circle doesn't fit, like it doesn't fit there, I wouldn't use it. You're going to want to find something smaller to trace, like this, or you can freehand it like this. You just want to, again, you want to be able to draw lightly. If you can't draw lightly, it will be so much harder to erase, and you will have portions of these holes that you do need to erase. So I'm looking at some of my bigger shapes and I'm thinking to myself, oh, I wish I did have a nickel or a quarter to trace. I don't, but that's okay. I can do different sizes on the shapes that are here. Okay. So I'm just gonna go through and do that. Once you have those holes there, you need to think about what kind of design you want here in the background. It needs to be something that is weaving in and out of these holes. And it can be anything from a shoestring to a straw to the cord on a, what are they called? Like a PS2 remote. I don't know if things have cords anymore. I have no idea. It could be like a cattail. It could be a flower stem. It could be a guitar string. I mean, really, it could be a pencil, stretched out pencil going in and out of these shapes. It can be anything you want it to be. In fact, you don't even have to decide right now, and you don't have to draw the actual object itself right this second, but you can. It's never too early to get started. But if I were going to be drawing, let's say, an enlarged pencil, if this were the top of my pencil, can you see that over there? I'm drawing a cylinder like I've learned how. There's my eraser. Then I'm going to start drawing the body of my pencil, and I'm keeping it very parallel. It's going to go in one side of this hole, so I want to keep it the same width all the way through, and then it's going inside this hole. Well, what part does it cover up? It covers up this part, so that gets erased. But what stays is the rest of this circle, okay? It's going over top of this part of my shape, so I have to erase that. I darkened in my shape, so boy, those are very hard to erase, which is a bummer. Now this has to come out somewhere. Where is it going to come out? It could come out here, it could come out here, wherever you want it. But this time, when it comes out, it's coming out of this hole. So it's not covering up the front part, it's covering up the back part. So you really have to think about where it's going in and how it's coming out. I am not seeing the pencil inside of this shape, and that's what you have to keep in mind. You have to really concentrate on what part of the shape you will see. So again, I'm going to go in a hole, keeping that body of my pencil very even. I'm erasing what I need to. That's what it's going over. Okay. It does not go over this part, but it does need to come out somewhere. I'm going to have it come out here. Coming out here. Again, I'm keeping it as parallel as possible, erasing what it goes over top of. If I want to, I can have it loop around. Oh, it's going to go right off the paper. That's not a bad thing. It's a good artist tool. We can overlap. We can go right off the edge of the paper. all these different tools, all of these different techniques that I've taught you before. So now I can pretend there's a hole in the back of my little brick of cheese and it's going in somewhere. I could overlap on top of all of this, but I'm going to have it come out here, and then I'm going to have it go in this hole. Okay, so again, I'm erasing quite a bit. It's coming out. Sorry, this desk is so noisy. It's going back in. Okay, and then again, it's got to come out somewhere. So I'm going to keep on going until I fill in most of the holes. There might be holes that you don't use. Maybe I won't come back and use those holes. At some point, I'm going to end. So if I was going to end my pencil over here, I could end it with the point to my pencil, and then I would draw something to take up the background. So if you check out all of the Google or all of the rest of the Google Slides, you'll see many different ideas. Your job is to have this, and I will also put this in a slide if it's not there already. 1, final piece of paper, 5 or more shapes. 2, drawing those shapes so they look three-dimensional, so you're cutting them off as they converge to that vanishing point. Okay? Once you have those done, 3, erase any of the lines that you need to erase. 4, add the holes. There should be approximately 2 holes in each side of your shapes, depending on how big your shapes are. Okay, add the holes. Number 5, come up with an idea. What do you want weaving in and out of those holes? And that's when you'll start with that object. Once you have all of that complete, then you're going to design your background. Give me a drawing of your background. The last video that I will post will be about adding color and how you might add color to this project. Okay, have fun, be creative, reach out if you have any questions, and I will talk to you soon.